Hello there, Fernanda. Alright, so well done for doing the edit. One word of advice for when you're doing this edit is to think that every word costs you $20 to put on the page, okay? And this way you can just eliminate what is not necessary. The issue of traditional schooling has discussed. Okay, so if we said Dave has discussed, Peter has discussed this issue over the last few years, that's okay. But the issue of traditional schooling has been discussed, okay? Now it makes sense. Over the last few years, I believe that the education professionals should push for an education revolution, fight for this to happen. Excellent. So if they're pushing for an education revolution, they are fighting for it to happen. So this is kind of redundant, okay, in that it's not necessary. So this would be a good example of deleting words and reducing the word count, okay? So if they're pushing, or you could even say, and should push and fight for an education revolution, okay, because the rest here is kind of it's not necessary. This is because children want two verbs together. We should have two. Want to find talents, want to find talent and skills, and then it's a noun. This essay will discuss these changes. Okay, so this is a sentence that we should be getting 100% perfect. Okay, so this essay will discuss these issues using examples from public schools and Massachusetts to demonstrate points and prove arguments. Okay, so let's just see. This essay will discuss these changes in teaching using examples such as the subjects are not only important. Okay, so it could be simplified tremendously, and when we simplify it, then what we're going to do is just make it easier to score points. We're going to reduce the risk of making a mistake, and we're going to improve considerably how we're going to improve considerably the comprehension of the sentence. Okay, firstly, traditional schools use as a practical. Okay, firstly, traditional schools use the principal subjects such as mathematics or literature. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so let's just go for simplicity, yeah? Firstly, traditional schools use subjects such as mathematics or literature, but today many alternatives exist to improve the development of skills, creativity and intelligence. Good list, very good. Okay, so Fernanda, what I did here, but today exists. Okay, so what does exist? The subject here is many alternatives. So we can say, but today, many alternatives exist to improve the development of skills, creativity and intelligence. But I'm just going for a very basic structure: subject, verb, object, to improve the comprehension. Okay, this is because schools, mostly the public school, are delayed. Okay, so let's just redundancy again. So let's see, this is because most public schools are delayed in that point. Which point? Okay, are delayed in skills development. I need new ideas would be a better word there. For example, some years ago, when you get out of university, the first attitude would be to search for a job. Would be to research for a job, or search for a job is better. Okay, two verbs together, we separate them with two. But now, with the academic inflation, students have to do a master's or doctorate to find work. Okay, not bad, but let's just try and then we finish this with consequently. Okay, but I can see we're a bit over the word count as it was, so it's okay if we miss it for now. Alright, but going forward, I would like to see consequently, blah blah blah, or therefore, blah blah blah, and perhaps two sentences in the introduction. Secondly, according to Massachusetts Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, already there are some non-traditional schools which could help more people. This is because researchers know that now it is important. Because researchers know that it is important to transform the schools to help young students. For example, one school called CAPS connects traditional classroom knowledge with real-world skills by offering its students an opportunity to display everything from healthcare to law. Consequently, by connecting the two worlds, students develop faster. Okay, but we just need the conclusion again here. But this is a very good example here, and this bit is very well written, so that's good. To conclude, from the reasons argued above, I believe that traditional schooling needs third person singular, needs an education revolution to help children to discover their abilities and talents. Okay, so the personal pronoun must go with the subject. Public education could follow examples already known to not already known, comma, in order not to harm kids, and move forward in a correct way. Okay, so good work there, Fernanda. Some issues, okay. However, if you just research sentence syntax, okay, and subject, verb, object, then I think, and spend some time writing your essay and check it for errors, that's going to help you considerably. And then what we'll do first is focus on accuracy, and then later we'll focus on exam skills. Okay, so you're doing really well. Let's keep on improving. Okay, so well done with this one. It looks as though it's correctly structured, so that's fantastic. The pie chart shows UK council expenditure for 6 distinct areas in 3 regions, comma, Yorkshire, Derbyshire and Lancashire in 2014. Okay, we don't need such as. But that's a good introduction though, because we didn't go into any detail and we didn't tell the story, so that's just fine. Good work. In Yorkshire, the area that received the most investment, would have been better there, was education. Second area was leisure, followed by community care and social services. The smallest area was environment and other. Very good, well organised, but we could have benefited more. It could have benefited by saying in Yorkshire the area that received the most superlative investment was education at 30%. The second area was leisure with 22%, followed by community care and social services with 10 and 8% respectively. Okay, that would have been much better. So we must have some reference to the figures on the table. Okay. Leisure was the area in Derbyshire where the council had more expenditure. Okay, or spent the most, followed by education in second place, and in third place was community care. Good. Environment and other had almost the same investment in social services, was the area that received the least. Good, but once again, if you'd have just put with 10%, with 4%, that would have been much better. So I want you to, when you put your corrections in, I want you just to put with 20%, with just under a third, and stuff like this, okay? In the region of Lancashire, leisure and education received the largest investment, because it just sounds more sophisticated than biggest, followed by community care, social services, environment, and other, with nearly the same investment each, full stop. Overall, it is possible to see that the UK had more as, okay, it's possible to see that the UK councils spent more in education and leisure in all 3 regions. Social services received more investments in Yorkshire than in Derbyshire, Good comparison, very good. Community care in Yorkshire and Derbyshire had the same expenditure but less than Lancashire. Expenditure was almost the same on 3 regions for areas such as environment and other. Very good conclusion, very good summary. Your task 1 has improved considerably, Fernanda. I'm very impressed. Well done. Let's take the same principles of logic and clarity and let's implement them into your tasks 2. Okay, we're doing well. Let's carry on improving. So you know what to do now. Implement all the corrections, including the numbers here. Then I want you to send me back your send me back the corrected essays, update your improvement list, and then send it back with 2 more essays. Okay, you're doing good. Let's keep on moving. Also, Fernanda, remember to check the word count and remember to edit it down if necessary.